that occasionally come to the surface. I've known Alhaji since I was a young boy because he was a member of the CPP and he was a regular visitor to the houses of my father, Mahama, Alhaji Mourn.
The positive conversation and stories to be told about you is that which will accompany you into your grave.
Excellencies here, Cabinet, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, respectfully, I'll ask that we all rise as we welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. Once again, respectfully, we shall remain standing. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I did hear some light applause. We sure can go ahead. Please go ahead. It's right and welcoming His Excellency. And some of our religious leaders and some key officers of state. Your Excellency, you're welcome.
Now let's go and sit down. Let's go and sit down now. Now let's go and sit down. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Absolutely.
Good friends and loved ones, we're pleased to announce the arrival of His Eminence, National Chief Imam of Ghana, Sheikh Dr. Osman Nuhu Sharputu. Sheikh Dr. Osman Nuhu Sharputu is the National Chief Imam of Ghana. I'm grateful to have his presence here.
Let's open up. Let's open up. Please, let's open up. Let's open up, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. People. Yes, sir.
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
آمين.
اللهم اغفر لجمهوريتنا
آمين.
عبد الرحمن محمد سيد الرحمن هذا القرآن على جبل بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
آمين.
آمين.
آمين. آمين. آمين. السليم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
ما لقيت Allah ya gaya ma ma'aiki annan Muhammad.
Allah spoke to the Prophet Muhammad in the appointment.
May Allah ya gaya masa a cikin Al-Qur'an.
What did he tell him in the Quran?
وما جعلنا لبشر من قبلك الخلد أفإن مت فهم الخالدون.
The text makes reference to is what God spoke to the Prophet Muhammad to be upon him. The people who were joyful and seeking the death of the Prophet Muhammad to be upon him. Then Allah responded by revealing this particular text. Referencing the people of the city of Makkah, he said, were they blind and heedless of his favors? For certainty, you know that I have granted you peace and harmony and made your city a sanctuary of peace and security. At the time when cities neighboring yours, dwellers of those cities were being killed, were being snatched and kidnapped. Reference this kind of favor that I have done to you. Don't be forgetful about it. Don't be ungrateful. This kind of grace and favors which was granted to the people of the city of Mecca of old is comparable to that which God has granted us as a nation. Don't you see, we are living in peace and harmony. All other neighboring countries surrounding us have been plunged in instability. What should we do under such a circumstance? That he will live till eternity. Therefore, if you die, your detractors, will they live till eternity? They will not live eternally. Therefore, what we must focus our minds on as people is to remember God and the incident of death. Because God is eternally with us. And so is death also associated with our lives all the time. In good health and in sickness, death strikes. Therefore, these two things should not be forgotten in our lives. The human being, when he lives no more, stories will be told definitely about him. Therefore, as we live, we must leave behind us the best of stories to be told about us. The positive conversation and stories to be told about you is that which will accompany you into your grave. Secondly, I want to draw our attention to the fact that we should be grateful to God for the peace and harmony we are experiencing in our country.
Cameras are playing this one day. It's like what cameras. If somebody goes back to the next one.
da ce kullum ina batu ina cewa irin zaman lafiyar da Allah ba mutan Makka shi Allah ya ba mu bayan Allah ya ba su yake su gode kenan mu
Representing the people of the city of Makkah, he said, were they blind and heedless of his favors?
ai kun ga na sanya muku kasar ku Makka kasa ne da sama lafiya
For certainty, you know that I have granted you peace and harmony and made your city a sanctuary of peace and security.
wa idha haqqaqa an-nas bil hawlihi alhali
At a time when
mutanen da ke kewaye da ku
cities neighboring yours,
ana karkashe su
dwellers of those cities were being killed,
ana kamun su
were being snatched and kidnapped.
wanda ni'imar da na yi muku
Reference, this kind of favor that I have done to you,
kada ku manta da shi
don't be forgetful about it.
kada ku mutunce wa gaba ni'ima
Don't be ungrateful.
ba da ce kaga irin wa ni'imar da Allah ya musu
This kind of grace and favors which was granted to the people of the city of Makkah of old
shi ne ya yi muna irinsa mutanen Ghana
is comparable to that which God has granted us as a nation.
ga shi nan muna zaune lafiya
Don't you see, we are living in peace and harmony.
sauran kasashe da ke kewaye da mu ana tashi hankali
All other neighboring countries surrounding us are being plunged in instability.
me ya kamaci mu yi mu mutanen Ghana
What should we do under such a circumstance?
It's a special event to memorialize the life and legacy of Alhaji Asoma Banda. When I was informed of his passing, I went to participate in the burial service, and we put him to rest at the mosque that he had built, which is popularly called the Asoma Banda Mosque. At that burial, I announced that Alhaji was a very great man, and the state would honor him with a funeral. And so this is the state funeral to honor the legacy of a great Ghanaian, Alhaji Asoma Banda. It is not exclusive, and it does not take away the right of any member of the family to organize a funeral in honor of the late Alhaji. Alhaji was a great man. He built himself from scratch and rose to very great heights, which made him a wealthy man, but at the same time contributed enormously to his nation, both politically and business-wise. And so, even before he died, and after he died, do not do honor to this man. And so I appeal to the family. Let us remember Alhaji Asoma Banda as a great man that he was. Let's not diminish his stature with the petty disagreements that occasionally come to the surface. I've known Alhaji since I was a young boy, because he was a member of the CPP, and he was a regular visitor to the houses of my father, Mahama, Alhaji Mourn, Nano Bekwe, and anytime they had meetings and I drove my father to the meetings, Alhaji Banda was always part of those political meetings. And so I've known him personally from when I was a young boy growing up until his sad demise. And so I consider Alhaji like my father. Indeed, after my father died in 2001, Alhaji has played the role of a father to me, especially with regards to my political career. Always been full of advice and counsel, always there to draw my attention to things that he thinks I should take note of. And so for me, it's passing, it is fortuitous that it has happened when I have come to the office of the President of the Republic of Ghana to be able to give him what is fitting that a son can give a father. His biography is in the tribute book. But perhaps one of the greatest things he did before he died was the formation and establishment of the joint venture between our own Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the MPS partners. It was him virtually single-handedly who drove the formation of the MPS joint venture, which today is responsible for not only the Meridian Port Services berth in the old port, but the new Tema Port that is reputed to be one of the top 10 excellent ports in Africa. And it happened like it was only yesterday. I was invited to commission new cranes that had been installed at the MPS berth in the old port. And while I was sitting with Alhaji, I asked, why can't we build a new port? Because we've extended this old port to its capacity. And so he asked me, you really want a new port? I said, yes. He said, we'll build it for you. And he, together with AP Mola, Mais, Bolloré, and Ghana Ports Authority under the MPS joint venture, commenced the design of the new Tema Port. I remember just like yesterday when they came to me in the office as president and said, Mr. President, we're going to build you a new port and it won't cost the government of Ghana $1 single. And that's exactly what happened. The Tema new port that is run by MPS did not cost the government of Ghana $1 single. They raised the money themselves and built that port as a joint venture on their own balance sheet. And today that port is serving Ghana very well. And so I've initiated consultations because it is worthy that in the shipping and port space we name something prominent after Alhaji Asoma Banda. And so we're going to consult with MPS and Gapoha, and we'll find something prominent at the port to name after Alhaji Asoma Banda, to immortalize his name. And so on this occasion, I wish to extend my deepest condolences to Cassandra, to Baba, to all the children, and to the extended family from Kintampo and beyond. May Allah grant Alhaji Jannatu Firdaus, and may God repose his soul in perfect peace. Thank you very much.
Supporting imams who offer the special prayers today. Good friends and loved ones, at this time, respectfully, I'll ask that we all rise as we say farewell. Asoma Abu Banda. Most touching of all is also the decision and the directive to have a specific monument at our ports named after Alhaji Dr. Asoma Abu Banda for his efforts, for his vision, for his creativity, and his high levels of execution, as well as what he was able to establish in the logistics industry here in Ghana and also on the African. On your beloved and our beloved Honorable Alhaji Dr. Asoma Abu Banda. We're grateful to you, Your Excellency.
President, you're doing a what they do on let's go. First gentleman of this land.